come down to Cala Gamba for a walk, but we started our walk with lunch. So we've had lunch before we started the walk. We don't normally do that. We normally have a walk and then have lunch, but we started with a walk, with lunch, and we went to Raft 19, just across the road there. Had fish and chips, one of their specials, and we've thoroughly enjoyed it. Really enjoy it. Nice people who work there, and a thoroughly enjoyable lunch. So we're going to go for a walk. I'm not sure which way we're going yet. We're watching the aeroplanes coming in, flying in low, and there seems to be quite a few of them, surprisingly. We did actually come to Raft 19, I forget how long it is ago, but about a year ago, soon after they'd opened, and we enjoyed it so much. We've always been intending to return, and this is the first time we've actually made it. So we'll be back though, because it's a really nice place to go for lunch, and they do have a menu del dia. We didn't have the menu del dia today. There was a sign outside that said they've got fish and chips, and they were delicious. Anita even enjoyed the chips. So,
and a nice glass of red wine as well.
She had a glass of red wine. I had my usual shandy. So yeah, we'll be back, and we might actually on another occasion we'll try their menu del dia. Not sure whether that was only on a Friday, but
no, it's every day, and they change it every week.
Ah, right. So it was Friday today, and anyway, we had a lovely lunch, and we're just going to have a little walk along the front here at Cala Gamba. So just behind us we've got the port, and to the right got a very, very calm sea. We've had some terrible weather for the past 2 or 3 weeks. Loads of rain, so much rain that the reservoirs here on the island are more or less full, which is really quite unusual. There's been quite a lot of flooding in different parts of the island, and we've had some storms as well, strong winds, and the damage that is associated with that. Well, that seems to have cleared for the moment, and the sea is calm, and it's absolutely crystal clear over the sea, and we're just enjoying our nice little walk. Just to bring you up to date with some of the news as we walk along here, I was interested to see the announcements in the UK about the railways and how they're going to be improving them over the next few years, and the amount of money that they're going to be investing. And by coincidence, we in Mallorca had a similar notification. The government here has announced that they're going to be investing in the railway system here in Mallorca, and extending our lines, which, just like the UK, they were stripped out some time ago, and we were left with virtually no railways for a time. Now we've got a reasonable railway system, but it doesn't go all over the island, and the announcement that we received this week was that the railways would be extended up to the north of the island to Alcudia, and interestingly all the way to Arta. And we were in Arta during the summer, and we had a few days there, and we did actually go to the old railway station there, which is now like a gift shop, tourist information place. But we stood on the platform of where the railway used to be, and it was very clear where the tracks had been, but they'd all been ripped up, and if they're going to actually renew that, they've got a lot of work to do, because there are buildings now at the end. They would have to dig down and put tunnels in, I would imagine. But that's really something that the island would benefit from, is an increased railway, and the trams as well. So that's something else that's been spoken about, is more trams, in particular going to the airport, which is a line that's desperately needed. At the moment they go off towards the university. So that was an interesting piece of news. Back to the weather, it's getting really warm again. It's been really cold with the wind. It's just felt colder than it really has been. But today the sun's out, and we were sitting in Raft 19, and it was actually getting too warm. I need to change seats because she was so hot in the sun. And just walking along here, we've got the sun reflecting off the sea, and the temperature feels quite warm. The weather forecast said around 20 degrees, which is about right, I suppose, for this time of the year. It's the 19th of November. Get the date right? Just checking. My boss over here. 19th of November, 20 degrees, and this is what it's normally like. We've just had a persistent long time of really poor weather, but according to the weather forecast it's not over, and next week we've got another dip in the temperatures. Hopefully it's not going to last too long. Other thing that caught my eye in the news was Big Lizzie. Big Lizzie, HMS Queen Elizabeth. We've had the opportunity several times of seeing the HMS Queen Elizabeth as we've been to Portsmouth, and I did actually go down and watch HMS Queen Elizabeth enter the harbour for the first time, and took lots of photos. But she's been on manoeuvres out, I think, in the China Sea, but is heading back towards the UK, and just this week one of the aircraft ditched into the Mediterranean, the Eastern Mediterranean, so nowhere near us. Pilot successfully escaped, pressed his ejector seat, and was not injured, but the plane went into the water and is now sitting at the bottom of the Mediterranean. So there's a big move now to locate it and get it back before any Russians manage to find it and lift it up, because the technology on there is obviously going to be really strictly kept. They don't want to let that in the hands of any other countries. So well, that was one piece of news. It doesn't really affect us too much, except just yesterday I read that HMS Queen Elizabeth is actually on her way here, and though there was no exact date given, they were talking about the end of November. We should expect to see HMS Queen Elizabeth in the port of Palma, and so that'll be something definitely to look forward to, look out for, and I'll try and get some video when that actually happens. The ship is accompanied by a couple of destroyers and frigates and maybe some other support vessels. Whether they will be coming into Palma or not, I don't know, and I'm not even sure what nationality they are, but it could be very interesting. We're starting to get a few more ships coming in. There was one that I'd missed this week. I would like to have seen it, but it was an American ship, which was a catamaran, and that would have been really nice to have got a video of, but it just wasn't in a suitable time for me with being at work. And we're just coming out and we're seeing some clouds on the horizon, but in the distance there's a three-masted ship which looks very impressive. I might have to get my other camera out and take a closer look. It's a really pleasant walk here, nice and flat.
Nobody about as well.
And very quiet. Just go around here a little bit. I'm not sure with the wide angle lens on this camera how well you'll be able to see, but in the distance over there there's a three-masted ship, and I'm guessing that it's a cruise ship. Could be wrong, but we'll get the camera out and have a closer look, I think. We're just looking out towards this ship. I'll just zoom in and see if we can get a bit closer, see if we can do any identification on it. But it really is quite an impressive ship out there. You can see the red flag, the Union Jack in the corner.
British, is it?
Not British, but from one of the British islands, or I can't tell which from this video. I'm sure someone will see this in the video and then fill us in, tell us exactly what this ship is. There it is. I bet that's really quite something to see when it's under sail. I've just come round to the other side of the headland, so we're not looking towards that sailing ship anymore, looking towards Palma. So there's the cathedral, and you can just look around the city. All the boats there. With the mountains behind, it's such a beautiful place. We are very close to the airport, so it's a good place if you're interested in plane spotting. You can watch the planes come flying really close to you. There's another one coming in. As we've been watching the planes, many of them have been private jets. Don't know why, but it always fascinates me watching these aeroplanes coming into land. Well, we've had a really nice lunch, nice walk. We've seen a lovely yacht and some aeroplanes coming into land, and we're going to go make our way home now. So thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye.